As a juror, can you please tell us about the process that you guys go through in choosing the amazing, amazing films and choosing the winner?
Yeah, well, I was lucky enough to come in with the selection of 12 movies that we'd been given, and there's a great sense of responsibility to make sure you do right by these movies and give them, all the attention they deserve. And I was absolutely blown away by the standard of these, first-time feature directors and what they produced in their works. So different, so raw as well in so many ways. One movie, fascinating movie, used all amateur actors actually from this village out on an island, and it was absolutely fascinating to see the performances and the warmth that he managed to get out of it. It was absolutely brilliant. So you go from that to a movie like The Witch, and you just walk by us. That comes from a very different kind of very polished scenario, a much more kind of mainstream look. And then when you have those movies together, they're so different, and yet they have the essence of this wonderful creative mind or minds behind them. And then it's very difficult when you get to that point to try and differentiate which ones you should win. And that's where you sit down with the other jurors and you deliberate and deliberate and deliberate over hours.
As London Film Festival is a giant festival, do you feel that it's still accessible to up-and-coming actors, filmmakers?
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that the London Film Festival and the BFI make sure of, is the fact that it isn't just the big movies. So I was lucky enough to be here with the Invitation Game last year, but then you have the category, the Sutherland Award that I'm part of the jury for, gives an opportunity to these young independent filmmakers, and that's what's great. It champions them as much as it does anything else.
And I guess outside of your category, what would be your favorite nominated film?
That's a good question. There's a lot of them there. There's a lot I couldn't choose. In the same way I could hardly choose when I had to. I think that's a very unfair question.
Might have to deliberate on that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah.
And I guess with Downton Abbey kind of coming to an end, what's next for you?
I have a movie out called The Hunter's Prayer that's coming out very soon with Sam Worthington that we did, which is very different from anything that I've really done before. It's a modern day thriller set around a hitman with a very strong will and conscience that comes into it. So that was a lot of fun. And then I've got a couple other projects that I'm looking at, but I want to make sure that the next thing I do is as good as the work that I've been lucky enough to be part of. So I'm lucky enough as well with Downton that I don't have to rush into anything just yet. So I'm enjoying being here and having the power tonight.
I hope it's not gone to your head.
It hasn't. It couldn't.
Never.